Not long ago, doctors from all over the world attended a ceremony unique in the annals of modern medicine. They had gathered to bestow a very special award on a man who many believe to be one of the greatest medical geniuses of our time. His name is Jonathan V. Wright, M.D., and they awarded him the very first Linus Pauling Award for Lifetime Achievement in Natural Medicine. Because Harvard-educated Dr. Wright isn't just respected by his peers, he's a hero. In many ways, he's the reason we now have the life-giving miracle called natural medicine. He championed it against all odds, braving ridicule, hostility, and even a band of armed thugs sent to trash his clinic. And because he fought so hard, now it really is possible to outdo cholesterol drugs, outfight failing antibiotics, eliminate your need for painkillers, with new breakthroughs that do much more, yet are as natural and non-invasive as sugar and mustard. Hello, my name is Christine O'Brien, and I'm the editor of Dr. Wright's world-renowned newsletter, Nutrition and Healing. And as incredible as it sounds, these medical miracles are really happening because Dr. Wright's brilliant mind is constantly pushing the envelope. While others attack just one problem of type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, Dr. Wright thinks bigger and shows us how a strange plant extract takes on 3 potentially deadly blood problems at the same time. While old-style cancer research gives us poisons that temporarily shrink tumors, Dr. Wright comes forth with a mustard extract that erases up to 50% of one cancer in its very earliest stages. While the latest drugs dull your pain for just a few hours, Dr. Wright gives us a food cure that can eliminate certain kinds of joint pain and swelling forever. Hard to believe? It was for me too. And that's exactly why I'm sharing the proof with you today in this special presentation. In just another few minutes, you'll see how Dr. Wright's famed food and vitamin cures have been carefully tested in many different studies. They're already reaping fantastic results for tens of thousands of patients. And they can happen for you too, right now. Keep watching to learn about just a few of these breakthroughs. Discoveries so profound, they'll totally change the nature of what doctors can do for you in years to come. But why wait years? Whether you want to restore your own health or help a parent, spouse, or loved one, this presentation will show you how to get healthier than you ever dreamed without surgery, drugs, radiation, or anything else more dangerous than this sugar shocker that is shaking the medical world. They've told you that all sugar is bad, but surprise, Dr. Wright has discovered that much like fats, there are bad and good sugars, and the difference can transform your health in days or even minutes. You see, sugar isn't just sweet for us. Germs love it too. The sugar in your body sends out chemical signals that draw them like moths to a flame. By reading the sugar code on your cell walls, these pathogens target cells all over your body. But what if you could turn that secret code against your microbial enemies? Incredibly, now you can, with good sugars that disable germs. These exotic varieties aren't found in table sugar, but they do show up in small quantities in certain fruits, like cranberries. Their molecules are just a little different, but it makes a huge difference to germs. Instead of just waiting to be eaten, these good sugars overwhelm germs by jamming their chemical radar and blocking the cellular receptors these pathogens grab hold of. Suddenly, germs have a hard time even finding your cells, but if they do manage to locate a few, they're too slippery to cling to. Because they can't hang on, your body fluids then wash these germs away harmlessly. Sound too good to be true? I promise you it's not. In fact, Dr. Wright has found sugars that do exactly this. Take Sugar X, for example. It looks and tastes a lot like ordinary table sugar, but actually disables bacteria. And what better place to test a good sugar than in your mouth? To start with, researchers created a gum made from Sugar X. Amazingly, people who chewed it got 80% less tooth decay, even though they didn't change their eating habits. But it gets even better. 5 years later, they studied the teeth of the same people after they hadn't chewed Sugar X for the last 5 years. And they had significantly less decay. Strangely, the anti-germ effect was stronger than ever, even though they hadn't eaten a thing containing Sugar X. It was as if the bacteria population actually declined in their mouths. Wouldn't you call that a cure? Now the obvious question is, can the same thing work for more serious diseases? That is a big yes. For example, a colleague of Dr. Wright's reportedly placed Sugar X in a nose spray and gave it to people with chronic ear and sinus infections. He said lifelong sufferers were shocked to find sinus and ear infections were drastically reduced. Yes, the same sugar unsticks the germs in your nose, sinuses, and ear canals. Spray it in, wait a bit, blow your nose, and away go the bacteria. You better believe I've tried it myself. You can feel the difference in minutes. If you're a sinus sufferer or know a child tortured by ear infections, think of what this means. Instead of being doomed to a lifetime of antibiotics and all the nasty side effects they bring, no more diarrhea and cramps, no more yeast overgrowths, no more fatigue, no more suffering, period. But that's just the start, because now Sugar X proves equally miraculous for asthma and hay fever sufferers. In addition to washing out germs, it apparently works the same magic on pollutants, pollen grains, and other allergens that attach to your mucous membranes, triggering hay fever and asthma attacks. Suddenly, all those microparticles get unstuck and slip away. And there's similar sweet news about bladder and urinary infections. If you or your spouse have ever suffered these painful attacks, I don't have to tell you what antibiotics can't do. They can't keep the infection from bouncing back as soon as the drugs stop. Worse, the germs quickly gain immunity to the antibiotic. Drugs like penicillin that used to work well must now be taken at triple the old dosage. In a frightening number of new cases, they can't kill the bugs at all. Luckily, a second sweet solution, I'll call Sugar M, washes out bugs that resist the most powerful antibiotics. And it has already proved a godsend for hundreds of patients at Dr. Wright's clinic and readers of his Nutrition and Healing newsletter who have tried it themselves. In most cases, patients are infection-free in less than 48 hours. The bacteria become so slippery they can no longer cling to your cell walls. You literally flush them down the toilet. More good news. These healing sugars even taste delicious, yet they don't make you fat because they slip-slide right through your digestive system. They can even help you lose weight. Can you see why so many doctors are starting to study Dr. Wright's theories? His solutions don't just stave off disease, they wipe it out for good. Yet all this is just the beginning. Think even bigger, like diabetes. How's this for a stunner? Can you beat type 2 diabetes with a common weed? Actually, it's even more astonishing than that. Even if you've been blissfully ignoring your doctor's advice for years, drinking, eating the wrong foods, not getting enough exercise, maybe you won't have to pay the piper after all. Dr. Wright recently revealed details about an all-natural extract from a common thorny shrub with the potential to do diabetics more good than the latest blood sugar controlling drugs. Unlike dangerous drugs that simply regulate insulin, this natural extract does just about everything your body could desire. A groundbreaking study showed that it could cut fasting blood sugar as much as 35%, slash post-meal blood sugar by up to 44%. Getting the picture? Did you just get a second chance? Maybe you're still skeptical. It's only natural. After all, so were a lot of scientists. They proceeded to test the shrub extract against metformin, the #1 prescription drug for type 2 diabetics, in a 3-month pilot study. The shrub extract miracle whomped the drug. No kidding. It controlled blood sugar just as well as the drug, but it was its effect on cholesterol that was truly startling. Compared to the metformin group, The lucky people that got the extract saw a significant decrease in total cholesterol and dangerous triglycerides. The results leave little room for doubt. This may very well be a blessed miracle for type 2 diabetics. But this most amazing of plant cures has even more tricks up its sleeve. For example, it's a natural antibiotic. Infections don't stand a chance. Staph, strep, salmonella, even trachoma, a major source of third world blindness, all wiped out by this wonder plant. Scientists are now studying it as a promising solution in the fight against cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's. But there's even more it can do for you, as you'll learn in your 7 free bonus gifts detailing all of Dr. Wright's most valuable new breakthroughs. Just say yes today, and I'll be pleased to send you all your gifts free. And in case you're wondering, why didn't my own doctor tell me about this? Great question. That's exactly why many thousands of caring physicians, alternative and traditional-minded doctors alike, are flocking to Dr. Wright's seminars and subscribing to his Nutrition and Healing newsletter. Because he's always pushing beyond medicine's old comfort zone, challenging smug assumptions, coming up with dazzling new solutions to puzzles that have eluded tradition-bound doctors for years. This is also where many doctors found out for the first time about the mustard miracle that makes female cancers vanish. You knew vegetables can stave off cancer, but cure it? Just listen to this breathtaking news. A potentially deadly sex organ cancer has been wiped out in nearly 50% of cases by an extract from vegetables you might eat for dinner tonight. It's true. 30 women with a deadly form of cervical cancer took part in this breakthrough research, and within just 12 weeks, nearly half of the women who ate the extract became totally cancer-free. The results shocked nearly every researcher who saw them, except Dr. Wright. He'd already been advising his patients to devour these veggies with gusto. They're commonly called the mustard family. Mustard, broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts all belong to the club. They contain lots of good stuff, but their best secret is the miracle molecule I3C. And ending cervical cancer is just the start of what I3C could do for us. It may also prove to be a long-sought key to combating breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, and every other kind of cancer that feeds on female sex hormones. Instead of attacking cancer cells, I3C reverses their ability to convert your estrogen mix from good to bad. Yes, there's bad and good estrogen. By the way, this has nothing to do with progesterone. Dr. Wright is famous for having written about this long ago, and he confirmed they've got to be balanced, just like good and bad cholesterol, because bad estrogen feeds cancer in your breasts and sex organ tissues, while good estrogen inhibits this out-of-control cell growth. It's a big reason why some women are more prone to cancer than others. It's the type of estrogen in your body that makes the difference. You'll find full details on how to check and correct your own estrogen balance in your free bonus, Library of Food and Vitamin Cures. It's 7 of Dr. Wright's most valuable life-saving reports, bound conveniently into one huge volume. And it's absolutely free with your subscription to Dr. Wright's groundbreaking Nutrition and Healing newsletter, so please do take the opportunity to subscribe now below. Your bonus library is where you'll also find the shocking secret that could save millions of men from prostate cancer. Turns out, standard prostate therapy is encouraging cancer and turning men into women. Nearly all American men get prostate cancer if they live long enough. Know why? The truth may appall you. It's come to the point where they're telling men that prostate cancer is normal. Autopsies on a frightening number of American men are showing traces of prostate cancer, and many authorities are simply admitting defeat. But not Dr. Wright. For years, he's been warning us that established theories are dead wrong, and the latest research reveals